Hey guys, what's going on? Blue Monsoon here, and welcome back to the new video, which is really different. This game in the back of, none of you have ever played this game. You're thinking, what the hell is this game? And I'll explain it in a minute. But I basically want to say what the idea, premise, dash, subject of this video is. And the subject is, what is my favorite game of all time? What do I think is the best game ever? The answer? This game right in front of you. Sleeping Dogs. The premise and sort of story for this game is you are Wei Shen, a undercover cop and someone who used to live in Hong Kong, in a place called Old Prosperity. I don't know what that is in Hong Kong, I don't even know if it's a real place. But he grows up to be an undercover cop after moving to America and then moves back and goes in to try and infiltrate a triad. A triad is a Chinese gang. So if you're in a triad, you're in a gang. If you're a triad, you are a gangster. But if there's triads, it's either gangs or gangsters. If I got that wrong, sorry. I really shouldn't have played this game like 5 or 6 times. I completed it already. I love it that much. But for some of you, you might be thinking, it looks like GTA. Trust me, it's not. I am carrying a gun in this video at the moment. That's only because I have a Rico costume from Just Cause 2, if none of you have noticed. But you do more than just go about shooting people like you do in GTA. There's actual quests you can do. There are police quests and triad quests. As well as there are side missions here, like you can see I'm doing something called a face mission, where you do this and you get more popularity in order to buy things. You can do a sharking business where, a guy's lent money to somebody and he wants the money, and then he wants some of the money back, or wants just all the money back. You can help him with missions like that. There's one other thing, which is like a side thing. You can find cars and steal cars off people. And although you are a policeman, there are quests, like you can see here, where you do shoot policemen. Like just here, I'm meant to catch these 2 policemen, drive off and take them to a location where there's somebody illegally selling drugs. And this game is really, really good. I got it when I first got my PC, around about almost this time last year, I think. I'm not fully sure, and I still love this game. Like I said, I've played it at least 4 or 5 times through. This is probably my 5th time completing it. I'm still not bored of it, and just there I have to admit that was a pretty good getaway. The cops thought they were going to crash into me and stop me, but I just managed to dodge them. And it's such a fun game. I mean, if you've never played it, if you don't own it, or if you've just never played it, you have to play it. I do admit I have played the demo on PS3, and I strangely think it's a lot better on PC. Although I admit there are a couple of bugs in the game, like, basically just see the couple of bugs, like there was a guy who had his hand stuck out the window, and there were just odd random things that happened. But I could talk for hours saying it's such a fun game, and I'm going to try and talk for like 12 minutes or something. Hopefully I'll get all the way through it, but I'll basically go through all the things you can do. Basically, when you start off, you get out of prison, and Wei's been put there to try and find an old friend of his to get into the gang he wants to infiltrate, called the Sun On Yee. And the Sun On Yee and the G18, they got a name. I'll think of it in a minute. Give it a minute. I'll think of it now. But basically, you infiltrate the gang, you become part of the Sun On Yee, and you start building your way up the ranks. Without spoiling too much, something tragic happens, and Wei is promoted to the rank of Red Pole in the Sun On Yee, which basically means he's in charge of like part of the Sun On Yee. And from there on, the game takes off, and it's can be slightly slow to start off with. Eventually it does build up, and this cop mission I'm doing right here, the cop missions aren't as good as the triad missions, because the triad missions actually have a gripping story to them that at one point is really emotional. But just here, not really much happens. I mean, all I'm doing is a couple of gangsters have been found, but in this river by here in part of Hong Kong called Aberdeen. And oh yeah, there are 4 regions, and each one you can get a house in. There's Central, which is like a really rich part. There's Aberdeen, which is sort of a dock part and is sort of mainly like it is. I'm in Aberdeen for a lot of this video, so. There's also like downtown part. Again, I really should know this, but I've played this game so much, I just don't know all of them. Oddly, I should do, but I just go along with it and never think about them. But just here, I'm going to investigate the bodies because someone won't allow you access. And you might be thinking, oh wait, do you just randomly do these? No, there is an officer called Tang who you meet her every so often, and she'll say like, hey, we need to do this, or we need to do that, can you go and check this out? Can you do this for me? And yeah, you go along, you do it, and just here we are checking these bodies, because these are the bodies that were found at the dock. Although I do admit the game is quite gory. There are parts where like, you start off fighting the game. Oh yeah, it's a kung fu fighting game. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. Main thing I should have mentioned, one of the best things about the game, it's a kung fu fighting game, as well as a gangster game, but it's not like GTA gangster, sort of just Hong Kong triads. So there isn't as much guns, but occasionally near the end of the game you start to get more guns, but then eventually they sort of dry up and nothing happens. But you don't have to stay in the same clothes. You can change your clothes and everything. You can decide where you want to sleep. You can go up and eat food, which will then give you health to do things. You can buy cars to, drive about in. You can go to martial arts fighting places. You can collect these sort of statue things, which then you give to a martial arts expert, and he'll teach you certain moves, and you build up the ranks, and you get points for doing triad missions, where the triad missions build up to sort of not really bad things, sort of evil moves, like you can break into a car without setting off the alarm, and you can get guns out the back of cop cars, and just things like that, while the police ones add up to good things. So, not really good things, add to more serious things that might help you defeat the Sun On Yee. So things like guns have more accuracy, and just things like that. But what's really difficult is the cop ones. You start off with like a certain amount, and you get minus whatever you do. So if you shoot a civilian, you get minus loads. Hit property or something, you get minus loads. And it's kind of annoying. Well, the triad ones, you add up things, and just here I thought, oh yeah, mission's ended, I'll go up here, and you can just see there, property damage. I was like, oh shit, really? And I was just about to get full marks. And at that point, I should have just gone on like a massive riot and shot everyone and things like that, just so I could get rid of that full one and make sure I didn't feel guilty for losing like 10% of it. But I still got quite a lot of points. But this game is really, really fun. Like I said, if you've never played it before, you really have to go and play it. Although, like I said, I do recommend getting it on PC, because it is a lot better on PC. And what's really odd is, when I first got this game, I really wanted to do a walkthrough of it, but as I've played it more, I could still do a walkthrough, and hopefully you do it well. I've done quite a lot of walkthroughs in old channels, but I think if I did a walkthrough of it, the biggest problem wouldn't be if it was entertaining or not, would be whether I'd want to make it, because I love this game. I love it because nothing serious happens, there's no multiplayer. Well, yeah, serious stuff happens, but there's multiplayer. You can actually go on it, drive about in fast cars, and just have fun, because I really enjoy driving games, even though I have Dirt Showdown on my PC, which I think is a really bad game, especially on PC. But surprisingly, the driving in this game is pretty good. Just here, you're about to see me go into a martial arts fight. Well, I'll start getting into the martial arts. But there are a couple of other things in this game. As you can see at the bottom, there's a mini-map that there's a red bar and then a blue bar, so at the bottom of it. The red bar is the normal health, and the blue one is health shrines I've gone up to, and then you can get more health than those. And the other bar on the other side of the map is a face bar, which the more sort of cool fighting moves and stuff like that you do, it starts to build up, and when it gets to the top, you start to heal. And just here, this big guy is a heavy brute, as I like to call him, because I don't think they actually have a name. But he's basically difficult because his attacks are invulnerable. You can block them, but you can't hit him when he's doing one. Like you can see a couple of these guys, I'll be punching at them and they can't hit me, you know. And just that move I love. But you can see there that guy was about to get ready for another punch, despite the fact I kicked him in the face, but I knocked him out at that time. And here I skipped forwards to the final round, round 6, and I'll get into more. The ones with no symbol underneath them are just normal ones. They're quite fast, stereotypical, you know, quite fast, good at attacking, easy to counter, and not very powerful. But a lot of them, if you don't block or even counter, then a lot of them will just come around you, surround you, and kick you from every angle, and you'll lose. Now, they do have different character appearances, even though the character appearances are rinsed and repeated. So pretty much everyone is alike, and you will see like 4 of the same character, but that kind of, some way, makes it better, because, you know, you're not like, oh, that one looks really cheap and horrible. You know, they all look the same, and that move there, where you sort of hit him under the arm, I've never seen before, and I do it like 4 more times in this game. In this one round, I mean. But these big fat ones here that look like, you know, they're like gonna jump on me, eat me alive, they are grapplers, and as you can see, they do grab hold of you every now and then, trying just there. You know, you press F and you smash them in the ears and push them forwards. And these ones are hard because they have more health. If you manage to get against one, you can literally just punch them the entire time. What's difficult about these guys is they don't jump about anything, they slowly walk about, so you don't know when they're going to attack you. Like just there, and they are very hard to try and defeat against because they'll grab you, you know, they'll fight you, and I really hate fighting these guys. I thought I only had 3 to defeat, turned out I had like 4 or 5. Just there, I failed this move twice. I haven't played this game in a while, which I really regret because I absolutely love it. And then finally, I do that again. But there's not just countering and then punching enemies. What you can do is you can grip hold of them like you just saw there, and you can do things like break their arm or break their leg, and the combat is really good. I also have Batman Arkham City, which is a really good combat game, although I don't think it's as good as this game. I mean, Arkham City is good, but what's different about Arkham City to this game is Arkham City kind of says, yep, press this button, you're done. Well, with this game, you can press the button and then keep beating on them, and it's your choice whether you want to or not. Here, for a couple of times, I don't keep beating on them because there's more enemies than there are usually, so I don't want to end up starting punching a guy and then fail. But as well, a lot of the time here, you can see me, I'll smash the normal quick ones a couple of times, and then I'll just go into like super move and knock them out instantly, while these guys take a bit more. I don't think they can actually get knocked out on the floor. And also I found out just here, if you hold down shift, it locks onto an enemy. If you tap it, it shows up all the health bars of the enemies. I never knew that for the 5 years I've played this game. 5 years, Jesus, for like the year I've played this game, that I still love it. And I never knew that if you just tap shift to pull up all the health bars, and I was like, oh god, this guy's taking so much damage, when he's going to die. And then finally I realised, the only problem with this, you don't want to hold it down like I was doing here, because it locks onto one enemy. So just here, I wasn't defending against the one, I wasn't fighting against the one guy I wanted to. But it's the history of this game, I'll explain quickly. It started off as True Crime Hong Kong, before people that were making it didn't want to finish it for some reason, I don't know. And then Square Enix, people who made Just Cause 2, took it over and called it Sleeping Dogs. And then they made it the whole undercover cop idea, and I think they did amazingly. For a game they adopted, I think they did so well. I don't know if they already had the fighting mechanic, or if it was already built for them, and then they just took it and put characters on it. But it's such a fun game. I really think you guys should go out and buy it. Thanks everyone, my name is Bill Monster, and I'll see you all next time.